Hello, my name is Lauren. I bring to you my friend, Dr. Nabil Jabbour, a distinguished professor with a doctorate in Islamics, to read to you passages from his book, Unshackled and Growing. In addition, a PDF version of the book in English is available to you for free on the website friendshippathways.com. You may also access past episodes there. I present to you the episode, The Passing Grade.
The passing grade. When I was in college, the passing grade at my university was 60%. Placing the grades on a curve was an innovation that we loved. The best grade in the class, whether 50% or 95%, became automatically 100%, and all the other scores fell in line accordingly. This meant that as long as I was doing better than most everyone else in the class, my grade would be good. What do you think is the passing grade with God? On what basis will He accept us? How can we know whether our efforts are good enough? Does God grade on a curve? In which case, I don't need to be perfect, just a little bit better than everyone else? Am I safe because my sins are less evil than the sins of those who are in high security prisons? How does God evaluate me? What satisfies Him? God's standards. If we look at the 5 books of the Bible written by Moses, Torah, we find extensive teaching on the law, the Sharia. After the people of Israel left Egypt under the leadership of Moses, they wandered for about 40 years in the wilderness because of their stubbornness and disobedience. The older generation died except for a handful of individuals, and Moses knew that his time of death was coming soon. The people of Israel were at the east side of the Jordan River, ready to cross over and enter the land of Canaan, their new home. Moses wanted to teach his new generation the law and give them, as it were, his last will and testament. It was his final opportunity to help his people get on the straight road. He taught them the law, so they would know how to live in a way that was acceptable to God. To me, the shocking part of his teaching comes in Deuteronomy 28. In the first 2 verses, Moses says this: "If you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all His commands I give you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations on earth. All these blessings will come upon you and accompany you if you obey the Lord your God." The verses that follow, verses 3 to 14, enumerate the various blessings that the people of God will experience or would experience if they fulfill the condition. What was the condition? If you fully obey and carefully follow all His commands. Then comes verse 15. However, if you do not obey the Lord your God and do not carefully follow all His commands and decrees I am giving you today, all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. Starting with verse 16 and continuing until the end of that chapter, and it's a very long chapter, ending in verse 68, we see the enumeration of curses on those who fail to fulfill the conditions. What are the conditions? If you do not obey the Lord your God and do not carefully follow all His commands. I do not know how many of the 613 Old Testament laws were revealed by that time, but what God required was full and total obedience to all the commandments. God placed Adam in the Garden of Eden and gave him the freedom to eat all the fruit of the garden, and especially of the tree of life, which is the center of the garden. Only the fruit of one of the trees he was commanded not to eat. Adam had a hard time obeying just that one commandment. Imagine trying to obey hundreds of laws. Furthermore, God's passing grade is not 60 or 80% or even 99%. Nothing satisfies God's absolute standards except full and total obedience, 100% grade. This looks very dim and discouraging. Can anyone fulfill these difficult, even impossible conditions? And what are the consequences if we can't?